Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to MCScots.com's broadcast of today's ball game. As the 13-5 Maryville College Scots host the 9-10 Huntingdon Hawks. Huntingdon currently second in the East in the USA South. Maryville College in fourth. And some good standings could be moving around today with Maryville College able to come away with a victory. And we'll see if they're able to do so as Huntingdon starts with the ball. And they missed their first three-pointer of the game. And Claire Varney now with the basketball for Maryville College. Varney to Eckenrod. Now back to Varney up top. She'll get it inside to Shelby Hicks. Hicks kicks it right back out. Nice pump fake from Eckenrod, who goes up with the shot. Not able to make it, and rebounded by Huntingdon.
Yeah, I hate that ball was partially blocked as she went up. So, got to be careful with doing those.
Another shot up for Huntingdon. No good. And Eckenrod comes away with the rebound. Varney drives, kicks to Wandell. Wandell loses the handle and recovered by number 3 of the Huntingdon Hawks, Rye Whetstone. Whetstone loses it and it goes out of bounds. Getting the shot clock fixed. So 16 on the shot clock, and Varney to inbounds for Maryville. And Maryville gets it in just in time to Libby Gardner, who will bring it up top as Coach Trevelyan on the sideline calling out the set. Hicks now in the left wing with the basketball. She'll get it to Wandell up top, down low to Varney. Varney goes up and is fouled.
Yeah, they're going to call that foul on number 25. That's Cassidy Crawford. That will be her first foul.
First free throw up and good for Claire Varney. Varney a 58% free throw shooter this season. As she hits 1 of 2 there, and the Hawks come away with the rebound. Driving inside, going up with the basket and blocked. Wyatt Bach tried to make the shot, and Wandell says not today.
I hate they're going to call that foul on number 3 for Huntingdon. That's Rye Whetstone.
Gardner with the ball. She'll give it to Eckenrod in the right wing. Eckenrod inside to Wandell. Wandell had a great seal there, but just caught it under the basket, unable to go up and make that shot. And the Hawks now with the ball.
Yeah, just a little bit more of understanding where you're at in the box. Good thought by Wandell. Just, as you said, unfortunate to be too close and under the basket.
Another three-point shot not falling for the Hawks. The Hawks shoot about 28% from the three-point line, so it's not their specialty. Gardner goes up for a 3 of her own and doesn't make it, and now a battle over here on the sidelines between Eckenrod and Bach. Looks like it was last touched by Eckenrod, so the Hawks will come away with the basketball. We'll get it to number 3, Rye Whetstone. Whetstone drives. Blocked by
Good block.
Wandell again. Wandell doing a great job defensively down low to start the game, Scott.
Yeah, definitely getting more active on the defensive end.
Making it difficult for the Hawks to get inside. Little floater there up and no good, but coming away with the rebound is number 25, Cassidy Crawford. Crawford gives it to Bach. Bach, jumper, good. Gardner with the ball. Gives it to Varney up top. Varney will drive. Shot, good. Good hesitation by Varney, and then finding a lane, taking it, and making a good shot off the glass. Maryville with a 3-2 lead. They get it inside to Shanika Thomas. Shot, good.
Yeah, definitely one Maryville's going to have to keep under control. Very good ball player for the Hawks.
Yeah, Thomas, 5'6" forward for the Hawks, leading the team in points, averaging 13 points a game. Eckenrod inside to Wandell. Wandell gets to Hicks on the outside, right back to Wandell. They're going to double her. They're going to give it back to Hicks, who shoots a jumper. No good, and rebounded by Huntingdon. And getting knocked into the wall that time, but they're going to call a foul on Livy Gardner.
Yeah, he's coming in for Maryville's Courtney Carruthers. She is replacing Elsa Eckenrod.
Shoemake at the line, connects on her first.
Yeah, Gardner had good position trying to get the charge on that, just a little late. Referees could have gone either way as the shooter dropped her shoulder into Gardner.
She'll miss on her second, and Shoemake tries to get down low quickly and get the rebound. And looking for a foul there was Coach Trevillion's not going to get it, but Maryville comes away with the ball. Down 2 right now. It's 5-3 Huntingdon. Courtney Carruthers, it's a nice move and a nice pass as she'll connect to Wandell, and Wandell will make the basket.
Good hustle by Carruthers, able to get the ball knocked off the feet of Cassidy Crawford. Good job. And Holland Gerald has entered the game now for Wandell.
Good pass inside to Hicks. Hicks just unable to get it,
nice
but coming away with the steal is Varney. Gives us Carruthers basket good, and Varney Scott with her 70th steal of the season. That leads the conference. Get it outside to Bach. Bach for 3. No good. And Gerald's almost came away with it, but Gardner there to recover it. Gardner now on the fast break. Gardner up, fouled.
And they're calling that foul on number 22, Cassidy Crawford. That'll actually be her second foul of the game.
First free throw good for Gardner. Second free throw, no good. But Maryville with an 8-5 lead. Yeah, got to get better at the free throws.
Yeah, I had this problem yesterday. Cost Maryville.
India Lawrence with the basketball, guarded by Gardner. She'll get it to Shauna Thomas. Thomas, turnaround jumper, good. Thomas is lethal at that mid-range game. Going to have to make her get rid of the basketball.
Very good shooter, good form.
Gardner hands off to Varney. Varney for 3. No good. Rebounded by Varney. Carruthers. Carruthers for 3. No good. And rebounded by the Hawks. And they're pushing tempo. Ooh. Can't do that, as going up for the jumper was number 11, India Lawrence, and she's going to be fouled by Varney. First free throw good for Lawrence, and that is Varney's first foul, 3rd on the team. Or excuse me, 2nd on the team for Maryville. Down low to Carruthers jumper, good. And Huntingdon looking to push tempo, but Maryville with some tough defense right here, kind of playing press. India Lawrence gets it to Thomas. And Thomas walks, Maryville ball.
Good defense on Maryville's end, forcing the walk there as Shelby Hicks returns to the game, replacing Libby Gardner.
Checking in for Huntingdon, a 5'6" freshman from Birmingham, Alabama, number 13, Kelsey Smith.
Yeah, he's in Kelsey Smith enters the game for Huntingdon.
Get the ball inside to Gerald's. Gerald's backs down the defender. Gerald's goes up with it. Good.
Good job.
Good job by Gerald's there, using the glass, making the basket. Maryville now with a 4-point lead with 4:18 remaining here in the first. And full court press on for Maryville.
Good hands.
Great job there as Huntingdon sees an open shot at Katamas, but not for long as Hicks comes in and is able to make it very difficult for Thomas to hold on to the basketball. Thomas turns it over out of bounds. It's now Maryville College ball. Timeout on the court, Scott. Let's take one with him. 4:11 here in the first quarter. Maryville 12, Huntingdon 8. Welcome back to MCScotts.com's broadcast of the game as we are 4:05 left here in the first quarter, and Maryville with a 12-8 lead. Maryville College with the basketball. They'll get it over to Courtney Carruthers at the top. Carruthers with a pick from Eckenrod. She goes for the three-pointer, but good defense. She tries to hold it, and she's going to get called for a walk.
Yeah, it looked like Courtney really wanted to take a shot, trying to get away from the defender, and then tried to, after she got around the pick by Eckenrod, tried to give a shot. And then Maryville, good defense by Eckenrod, causing Smith to walk.
Good tenacious defense by Maryville so far in this ball game. Varney crosses half court. She'll get it over to Eckenrod on the right wing. Eckenrod back to Varney. Varney down low.
Nice,
shot good.
Nice.
Three-pointer good by Wyatt Bach.
Yeah, Holland Gerald's a little bit of no man's land there. She couldn't challenge the three-pointer, leaving someone under the basket.
So 14-10 Maryville as Coach Trevelyan calls out the play. Eckenrod with the ball. She'll get it to Gerald's up top.
They're going to call Holland Gerald's on that, saying that she used elbow to free herself.
Yeah, Gerald's was trying to get the defender off of her, and they're going to say that he used a little bit too much elbow there, and so that's going to be a foul on Gerald's. Gerald's goes to the bench, and Wandell re-entering for the Scots.
Also entering is Libby Gardner. And then 13 again, Smith walks. Good defense by Maryville. As she exits the game, entering the game is A.B. Davis.
Gardner to Carruthers. Carruthers over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod cross court to Gardner. Now to Carruthers up top. They'll get it to Eckenrod down low. Eckenrod, jumper. No good. And Huntington trying to come away with the rebound, but they knock it out of bounds, so the ball will remain with Maryville. Gardner will inbound underneath the basket. Nice inbound play there, getting Carruthers open on the three-point line. Carruthers is going to dribble and drive. Go up with the shot. Good.
Good job there. Good drive.
Yeah, good pump fake by Carruthers as she gets right around A.B. Davis, gets to the basket. And now Huntington on the fast break. Will go up, make the shot, and draw the foul.
The foul is on Maryville number 42, Kelly Wandell. Her first 4 on the team. Count the basket by Ryan Whetstone. She won't have one shot.
No good on the free throws, Whetstone, and Maryville now pushing tempo. Garner kicks to Hicks. Now over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod pump fakes, drive, handoff. Carruthers for three and a block by Maryville, and Wandell trying to get around Shanika Thomas, and Thomas pushing Wandell down low and is going to be called for the foul.
The foul is on Huntingdon number 33, Shanika Thomas, her first 4 on the team. Beginning with the next foul, both teams are able to shot bonus.
Oh, good pass.
Nice. Good eyesight. Way to see Eckenrod cutting through the middle there.
Tried by Maryville. Huntingdon almost losing the ball. They got to get across half court.
You're going to call Libby Gardner on that foul on the reach in.
Maryville number 3, Libby Gardner, her
And
second, 5 on the team. At the line,
Varney re-enters the game, replacing Gardner.
Lawrence.
First free throw up and good for India Lawrence, the 5'4" junior guard from Florence, Alabama.
He'll call lane violation on the shooter. Heath wipe off. And Maryville's ball.
So Claire Varney with the basketball for Maryville. As she crosses half court, she'll get it over to Carruthers. Carruthers back to Varney. Eckenrod coming around. Gets it inside to Wandell. Wandell jumper. No good and rebounded by Huntingdon. Lawrence coming down with the basketball. Calls out the set. Gets it over to number 10. Katura Billen. Billen for three. No good. Shaunica Thomas coming away with the rebound. And a nice pass by Thomas. She was double teamed, so coming down below wide open was Rye Whetstone, and Whetstone makes the basket. It's a 3-point game. Maryville leads 18-15 with a little over a minute remaining here in the first. Varney with the ball up top. Kicks it over to Carruthers. They'll get it in the middle. Down low to Wandell. Wandell shot. No good. Wandell coming away with the rebound but loses the handle as Huntingdon with some active hands in the paint. And here comes India Lawrence. They'll get it to Thomas. Thomas will drive and make the basket. Thomas up to 6 today. Over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod, pump fake. Back to Varney. Varney to Carruthers. Eckenrod will get it. She'll pump fake. Almost lose the handle. She'll have to get it right back outside as Carruthers has it. Shot clock winding down. Carruthers drives. Jumper. No good. Rebounded by Wandell, but Wandell knocked over and loses the handle. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Huntingdon ball.
Yeah, a little bit of rough play underneath there, no call, but, you know, it's part of being down in the post.
So 6 seconds remain here on the clock in the first quarter, and India Lawrence takes it across half court. Back to Lawrence. Lawrence will drive. Jumper, blocked. And your score at the end of one, Maryville 18, Huntingdon 17. You're listening to MCScots.com. Welcome back to the ball game here as we're getting ready to begin the second quarter as Hicks inbounds the ball to Varney. Maryville with a 1-point lead. Brothers has the ball up top. And almost losing the handle as they try to get it back to Varney. Varney crosses to Eckenrod. Eckenrod pump fake. Eckenrod will drive. Eckenrod will go up with it. No call. And Hawks come away with the ball. Thomas gives it to Lawrence, and Lawrence crosses half court. Lawrence will get it on the outside, and going up with the jumper, and no good is number 10. That is Katura Billen. They're going to call a foul down low.
We're going to call that on Elsa Eckenrod.
And Eckenrod definitely frustrated Scott, as it looked like she had gotten fouled down low, and then they turn around on this end and they call a foul on her. So.
Right, pretty much the same thing that happened down there. But
yeah. First free throw, no good for Billin. Second free throw good, and we've got a tie ball game. So far today, Maryville shooting 40% from the field, Huntingdon shooting 43%. And both teams about, Maryville 50% from the free throw line, Huntingdon around 43%.
They take a call 3-second on Shelby Hicks. She just pretty much camped down low, but forgot about the time.
Yeah. Well, Scott, one thing to mention is right now in the ball game is number 11, Hannah Jones, the recent transfer for the Scots. Jones will help them down low, as she is a big presence down low. Hannah Jones sitting at 6'3", certainly help in the paint. Billin with the basketball. She'll give it to Lawrence. Lawrence now gets it inside. Going up with the shot and blocked.
Not really sure where that came from. That was a nice block.
Yeah, great block by Jones, Scott.
Yeah, all ball from this angle anyway. I'm not sure. Not really sure where he came up with that, but yeah, good block by Jones.
First free throw, no good for Whetstone. Whetstone comes away with the rebound. And tries to get it to Eckenrod, but a quick trap and forces a turnover.
She just walks.
And Maryville comes away with it. They'll give it to Varney. Varney up with the shot. Good!
Good job by Varney. Good hustle by Maryville.
Maryville takes back the lead, Scott. 20-18 Scots lead. India Lawrence crossing half court for Huntingdon. She'll call out the set. Get it over in the corner to number 20. That is Alexis Osteen. They'll move it back around. Now in the hands of Billin. Billin looking to drive. Sees nothing. Gets it back to Osteen. Now gets it down low. A turnover and recovered by Hannah Jones. Jones will get it to Eckenrod. Carruthers with it. Carruthers shoots a three. No good. Lawrence crossing half court. She's going to look to drive and try to get around the defender, and then she'll kick it outside. Osteen will take a three. No good. And Shelby Hicks comes away with the rebound. She'll give it to Varney, who will now call a set and bring it across court. Varney down low to Jones. Jones turns, kicks outside to Carruthers. Carruthers pump fake. Carruthers will drive. A nice pass, just a little bit low there by Carruthers. Forces Jones to have to give it out to Eckenrod. And Eckenrod will take a three. No good. Rebounded by Hicks.
You're going to call that foul on number 11. That's going to be on India Lawrence. That will be her first foul.
I'll give it to Carruthers on the inbound. Carruthers, step back, jumper. No good. Jones attempts to save it, but ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Huntingdon ball. Maryville's got to get back to doing what they did earlier, Scott, and continuing to move the ball until they find the open man. Good tip there.
Good hustle by Maryville. Carruthers trying to get the ball.
Active hands down low as Maryville tips the ball away. And the Hawks will inbound down low with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Lawrence to inbound. Shanika Thomas trying to get open. They see nothing, so they'll get it to Billin. Good defense by Shelby Hicks on Thomas. Billin with the ball. She'll get it over to Whetstone. Now over to Lawrence. They'll get it inside to Thomas. No good on the basket. And Scott, looked like an over the back there by Whetstone. They're not going to call it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to give the Hawks the ball.
And they're going to call a walk on the Hawks. Good pressure by Maryville on the inbound pass.
Absolutely, yeah. Billen had nothing there and looked to pass, but took a few steps first as she was not able to shoot thanks to Hannah Jones. Varney with the basketball. Varney's going to kick it over to Carruthers. Carruthers is going to drive. Carruthers with the shot. Good shot.
Well, Courtney working really hard. Been watching her. She's been really getting in there and driving the ball, trying to make some kind of play at least underneath.
Trying to shoot over Jones. Huntington misses, and so Maryville comes away with it. Hicks turns around, shoots a jumper, no good, and rebounded by the Hawks. A good open look there for Hicks, just didn't fall.
Oh, yeah. Shelby's a good mid-range shooter. Can hit the threes at times, but really good mid-range.
That one typically falls for Shelby. Inside to Thomas. Thomas, no good on the shot, but rebounded by Billen.
They're going to get Varney on that.
The foul is on Maryville number 13, Claire Varney. Her second, 3 on the team. At the line for Huntingdon.
Coming in, back in for Maryville Heath is Holland Gerald's, also Kelly Wandell.
First free throw, no good for Whetstone. Second free throw good, and now a substitution in the ball game.
Right, Heath, that'll be Wyatt Bach re-entering the game for the Hawks.
Carruthers over to Eckenrod, back to Carruthers. Moving around there as they've got an open Eckenrod who shoots a three. Bottom.
Good shot there. Definitely needed right now.
Yeah. 25-19. Maryville College leads with 5:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Billen has the ball up top. She'll get it over to Crawford. Crawford now in the corner to Thomas. Thomas will drive.
They're going to call it a foul on Holland Gerald, so it'll be her second.
Just some tough calls, Scott. I mean, it looked like a good defense there as they tip the ball a little bit as Thomas goes to pass it. But instead they're going to call a foul, and so Hawks still with the ball as Bach's got it in the corner. Bach gets it back up top to Osteen. Osteen's going to move it around to Crawford. Back to Bach. Bach's going to drive. Bach's going to step back and shoot the jumper. No good. And rebounded by Holland Geralds, who quickly gets it to Shelby Hicks. And Hicks will turn around and hand it right off to Courtney Carruthers. Carruthers over to Eckenrod. Eckenrod in the middle to Hicks. Hicks jumper. No good. And rebounded by Thomas. In the corner and driving is Bach. Bach blocked. And looks like it went right off. They're going to say it went off Bach last. And Maryville comes away with the ball.
Yeah, kind of a little hand fight there with the ball between her and Wandell. And luckily the ball went off her last.
Yep, so Maryville with the ball now. And Carruthers crosses the logo. She'll get it over to Hicks. Hicks now on the right wing. Sees nothing. She's going to kick it back up top to Eckenrod as they're continuing to move around in their set. Hicks looking to get open. They're going to give it over to Carruthers. Kelly Wandell trying to seal off down low in the paint. And Scott, it looks like that may have been a 3-second violation for Geralds and Wandell down low. And so Hawks now with the ball. Billen with the basketball over to Osteen. Osteen crosses over to Crawford. Up top is Billen, back to Crawford. He'll get it over to Thomas. Thomas jumper. No good. Rebounded by Osteen. Good defense and active hands as Maryville comes away with the turnover, and here comes Courtney Carruthers on the fast break. Nice move, step back. She's not going to take it. She's instead going to give it over to Eckenrod, but sloppy pass there as Bach comes away with the steal.
Yeah,
Bach in the corner.
Turnover right there for Maryville. Calling that on Eckenrod, but the shot was already off and going for a rebound by the time they caught it, and there were 3 Maryville players underneath the basket.
Yeah.
When he caught it, so not sure what he actually saw there.
Yeah, a little bit of delay there on the whistle, but it's going to take Thomas to the line, and Thomas is going to connect on the first free throw. Second free throw good as well, and a substitution in the game for the Scots.
The comeback in the game is Libby Gardner for Maryville replacing Eckenrod.
Cardinal calls out the set, and she'll get it over to Carruthers. Now over to Geralds. Geralds gets to Wandale. Wandale inside to Carruthers. Carruthers with a reverse layup. Good.
It was a nice pass. Definitely looked like the Hawks weren't looking for Carruthers to sneak under there. They've got to call this.
Good attempt at a rebound there by Wandale as she's fouled.
Yeah, and that's on 33, Shanika Thomas. That's something definitely Maryville could see more of.
Carruthers having quite the game so far, up to 10 points. Carruthers gets to Hicks. Hicks now to Geralds. Geralds, good.
Nice move, nice move.
Great passing, great vision for Maryville. We talked about it. The extra pass is what they had to focus on. Find the open player before making a basket, not rushing things. And because of that, it's 29-21 with 2:41 remaining here in the second.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Heath. And the thing is Maryville's getting the ball underneath, using their height, because they definitely have a good height advantage over the Hawks here, and putting that to use, getting the baskets in, good looks underneath, and then actually making them count.
Well, and Maryville wanting a little bit of revenge, Scott, as earlier this season losing to Huntingdon 77-61 at Huntingdon College. So now they're here. Maryville was leading 51-49 at the end of the third quarter. And then Huntingdon kind of took off from there and won that ball game. Shanika Thomas had quite the night. She had 23 points and 9 rebounds. Maryville doing their best to keep her in check tonight. So far, I believe she's currently at 6 points today. No, 8 points for the day. So continuing to try to keep an eye on her throughout this ball game as we get back to action, and Crawford crosses the logo with the basketball for the Hawks. She'll give it to Osteen. Osteen now to Bach up top, over to Crawford on the right. They'll kick it right back to Osteen. Osteen's going to drive. Good defense, forces her to get it out of her hands.
Oh, nice. Holland Geralds out of nowhere comes up with a beautiful block. The girl had already traveled, but still got the crowd into the game.
I'm sorry, calling her Holland's Zion. Gerald's there, coming away with a nice block out of nowhere at the three-point line. And now Maryville has Hannah Jones in the ball game, and they'll get it to her. She'll turn around, go up with the shot, no good, and rebounded by Crawford. Crawford to Osteen, and no good on the basket. And here comes Maryville.
Yeah, Libby Gardner, good steal on that, taking off down the court. And Cassidy Crawford picks up her third foul. She tries to reach in and swipe the ball.
Carruthers with the ball on the left wing. Hicks coming across the middle, trying to get open. They'll get it over to Hicks. Hicks sees nothing. She's going to have to get it right back out, and good defense. They're making it tough on Maryville. She'll finally get it to Carruthers. We've got 14 on the shot clock. But we'll swing it around to Gardner. Now swing it to Hicks. Hicks to Geralds. Geralds drives. Geralds goes up with the shot. No good. Rebounded by Hawks.
Yeah, it's one of those right there that she probably would have done better just going straight up for the layup instead of trying to go underneath to get it.
Three-pointer no good. Good defense. And Hannah Jones coming away with it, and she'll get it to Carruthers. Carruthers step back, three-pointer, good. Carruthers now up to 13. We've got a minute left here in the first half. Maryville with an 11-point lead. Crawford gets it inside. And up with the shot in traffic is India Lawrence. 45 seconds remain. And Maryville with the ball.
And Coach Trevelyan calls timeout, 30-second timeout for Maryville as he wants to draw up a play.
Scott, let's take one with them. 37.6 seconds remain here in the second quarter. 32-23, Maryville leads. And we are back as Maryville with the ball, and Gardner gets it over to Carruthers. Carruthers is going to take a three. No good. Rebounded by Gerald, and she gets the foul and makes the basket.
They're going to call that foul on India Lawrence. That'll be her second. Great play by Holland Gerald.
Looked like a good tip to herself there by Hannah Jones, but they're going to say over the back.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to call that on Hannah Jones, but they've been allowing a lot of that, so don't see how you're going to call that one when she's way above everybody else.
Well, it's going to send the Hawks to the line. And shooting for the Hawks will be the 5'9" sophomore guard from Rockford, Alabama, Rye Whetstone. Second free throw, good. So we've got 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Maryville with a chance to take the last shot here of the half, as Gardner will call out the set. Take her time before getting things going here.
They're going to call that on number 13, Kelsey Smith. That'll be her first foul. She fouls Carruthers.
At the line for Maryville, Courtney Carruthers.
Again, Maryville's free throw shooting was still.
Second free throw does fall for Maryville. So now a 10-point game and 7 seconds on the clock. Hawks going to try to see if they can drive inside and throw up a shot, as India Lawrence does right there. No good. And that will do it. Your score at the end of the first half, Maryville 35, Huntingdon 25. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back in just a moment to give you the halftime show here on mcscots.com. Welcome back to MCScots.com's broadcast of the ball game. We're here with the halftime show. I'm Heath Dunkel alongside Scott Dunkel, and Maryville leads at the half 35-25. A good game so far for Maryville, as Maryville not only leading by 10, but statistically, Maryville out shooting Huntingdon, shooting 41% from the field. Huntingdon only at 26%. Maryville 22% from the three-point line. Not that great. However, Huntingdon 0 of 7 from behind the three-point line. And then Maryville College from the free throw line is shooting 42%, and Huntingdon at 56%. Scott, your thoughts so far today?
So far, good defense by Maryville. One that stands out to me definitely is Holland Gerald. She's definitely more aggressive, probably the most aggressive we've seen her this year. Actually has 5 points already for, or I'll take that back, 6 points already for Maryville. Another Courtney Carruthers having a really good game so far, 14 points, along with Claire Varney at 7. But keeping Shanika Thomas for Huntingdon in check. She's only had 8 points. Last time she played Maryville, she scored 34 points. And just a really good ball player. So Maryville doing a great job with her. Maryville, though, continues the free throw woes, shooting under 50%, something that bit them yesterday in that game that they should have won, being up by 15 going into the fourth quarter, just could not hit free throws. But a good job on keeping Huntingdon down to 26.7% so far for the game. A great job by Maryville.
Scott, one of the keys to this ball game, talked about it a little bit earlier, was keeping Huntingdon from getting inside the paint, making them shoot from the outside, a team that shoots 27% from the three-point line this season, forcing them to continue to shoot out there because they're not having that much success. Shanika Thomas, a player who hasn't attempted a three-pointer all season, so trying to force her outside since she's more of that inside perimeter mid-range jump shooter. They've kept her for the most part in check today. She had 23 points the last time they played them, so they're going to really want to focus on that and going to continue to do that. Scott, as you look at the halftime stats, and it definitely shows they've done a really good job forcing them outside, as Maryville 24 points in the paint, Huntingdon 10.
Oh, yeah, definitely a great job right there. Maryville also scoring 12 points off turnovers to only allowing Huntingdon 4. But bench play, 20 points off the bench to 5. But like you said, points in the paint, very important, means they're getting the ball in. Maryville probably could have had some more points in there, just needs to realize where they're at a little bit better when they're under or around the goal to be able to get some shots to fall a little better.
Scott, a player I haven't seen in the first half and just reminded me of that when she's out here shooting is I haven't seen the freshman for Maryville get into the ball game, number 14 for Maryville, Abby Joseph.
Yeah, I was noticing that too. I'm not sure what's going on there, but she definitely has not been out there today.
And Joseph, a pretty good shooter, and definitely gives Maryville a little bit of a spark when she's in the ball game. Now, I'll tell you what, Courtney Carruthers, the other freshman, has had quite the ball game so far, scoring 14. She's shooting 50% from the field, 6 of 12, also contributing with 3 assists in today's ball game. But Scott, what does Maryville need to do here in the second half to come away with a victory?
Right now, I would say continue with the defense. You've got to continue to keep Thomas in check, but just when you're on the fast or on the full court pressure, just to remember to get down and help, because you do have one post player usually down by themselves, and they're a really fast team, so you've got to get back on defense and not standing around just watching the game.
Yeah, getting down the court quickly to set up the defense. Scott, I'm going to go to just slowing things down, especially if they're able to have a lead going into the fourth quarter here, because that's really been the Achilles heel of this team. You look at yesterday's ball game, up by 15 going into the fourth. That trap defense forcing Maryville to get it down the court quickly, but when they did, they felt like they were in a hurry and they had to throw up shots. They kept losing the ball and giving the other team the opportunity to get it down the court and score and come back into the ball game. Last time they played Huntingdon, kind of the same thing. Maryville had a 51-49 lead going into the fourth quarter. They led the Hawks that game as well, and then allowed the Hawks to get back in it in the fourth.
Right, and that's something too, going with what you said there. Clock management's very, very important, but also being able to, make your shots because you can hold the ball as long as you want to. But if you're not hitting the shots that keep the other team at bay, it's not really going to matter.
Yeah. So see what adjustments they make, and if they're able to get things, finished here, really finishing and sealing the deal is kind of going to have to be the message I imagine Coach Trevelyan is preaching to his team now is, hey, you start off strong and that's great, but can you finish? And it's all about how you finish.
Don't play their game. Make them play your game.
Absolutely. About 2.5 minutes remaining here at halftime. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll bring you the third quarter here on mcscots.com. And we are back here on mcscots.com as Huntingdon goes up for the three ball here in the third, and no good. And Maryville College now with the ball. You get over to Hicks. Hicks for three. No good. Rebounded by Crawford of the Hawks. Crawford will move it over. They'll get it right back in her hands. Good job.
Kelly Wandell. As Libby races down the court and misses the layup.
Mm-hmm. Lawrence with the ball, swinging it around. Now to the hands of Crawford. Back now to Whetstone down low. She'll get it to India Lawrence on the outside. Lawrence tries to get it to Thomas, and another steal for Maryville.
Yeah, good hands by Shelby Hicks, being able to knock the ball away as Wandell grabs the loose ball.
They'll get it to Wandell down low. Wandell hands off to Eckenrod. Eckenrod loses the ball, and it'll go to the Hawks. Hand it to Bach. Bach for three. Good.
Three-pointer by Wyatt Bach from the leader shooting.
And that was actually the first three-pointer made by the Hawks today.
Gardner with the ball. She'll give to Eckenrod on the right wing. Now to Kelly Wandell. Wandell kicks it out to Gardner. Gardner for three.
Yeah, it's something we definitely don't need to get into is just starting to throw out threes. Continue to work on getting the ball down low.
Hawks now moving it outside to Lawrence. Lawrence drives inside, brings it right back out. Now she'll get it to Whetstone. Whetstone dribble, turn around. Good defense by Wandale, but it looks like they're going to get her on the foul.
The foul is on Maryville, number 42, Kelly Wandale. Her second, team first. At the line, Ryan Whetstone.
Eighth entering the game for Maryville is Abby Joseph along with Courtney Carruthers.
First free throw up and good for Whetstone. Second free throw good as well, and the Hawks climbing their way back into this basketball game, Scott. We're down 10 at the half. They've scored 5. Maryville has yet to score here in the third quarter. Garner to Hicks. Hicks up with it.
And blocked by Thomas. Really got up on that one there.
Varney to inbound.
The foul is on Maryville, number 45, Shelby Hicks. Her first.
On a foul on Shelby Hicks on that one, going through or basically drawing a charge.
Moving the ball around. Crawford now with the ball for the Hawks. She'll get it over to Bach in the corner. Bach, 3-ball, no good. She gets her own rebound. She'll give it to Crawford. Crawford will drive. Hesitate, go up with the shot, no good. Rebounded by Shanika Thomas. Thomas turnaround jumper, no good. And that's going to be a foul on Whetstone.
That will be her second foul of the game.
Varney will drive. Varney up with the shot. No good.
Yeah. A lot of body on Varney right there, knocking her out of bounds, but no call.
Whetstone, 3-ball. Coming away with it is Varney.
They're going to call that one on Shelby Hicks, number 45.
Buddy, I've been out of the damn bed with the flu for a week. I can't just talk.
Eighth entering the game is Holland Gerald replacing Hicks.
India Lawrence to inbound. She finds Whetstone. Whetstone up with the basket and good.
Yeah,
Maryville needing some kind of spark here, Scott.
Oh, yeah. Coach Rebellion having a discussion with the referee, and definitely very warranted.
She'll give to Varney. Varney will go up, and Varney will be fouled.
I'm going to call that on number 11 hit. That is on India Lawrence. And that'll be her third foul.
First free throw up and good, and the first points of the game now for Maryville here. And free rounded by the Hawks, and that is Alina Shoemake. Shoemake will hand to Bach, and Bach continuing to shoot threes as they've really trying to use her there on the outside, Scott, and get her open. Misses the three, and the Hawks are the last ones to touch it, so it'll be Maryville basketball with Abby Joseph inbounding. We talked at the half about not seeing Joseph in the first half, but now she's in the ball game, and it certainly could be an offensive weapon for them if they can get her open. Gardner with the ball. Gardner's going to drive. She's going to pass it and throw it into traffic.
Not really sure what Carruthers was doing, but she committed the foul.
Yeah, trying to get in, make a play. And
Nick Sunday's game with the Chiefs and 49ers.
Hawks basketball. They are down 4 right now. As Bach has it, she'll get it up top to Osteen. Osteen now over in the corner to Shoemake. Shoemake kicks it to Thomas. Thomas tries to pass and loses the handle, and coming away with the steal is Claire Varney. Varney will drive. Go up with the shot. No good, but rebounded by Gerald's. Basket good.
Good hustle down the court by Gerald's way to be there for the rebound in the putback.
Basket up and good by Ryan Whetstone. And the Hawks answer right back.
We're going to call a hand check on, it's like number 20. That'll be Alexis Osteen. That'll be her first foul. They're going to call Holland Gerald's on their foul there. It was a good move by Gerald. Looked like she was trying to get position on the ball, or a position for the pass.
Knocking the ball away is Claire Varney. And the Hawks will come over to inbound.
It looks like Joseph and Holland both exiting the game as Wandell and Hicks return.
Bach with the ball. Bach's going to give it up. She's going to give it up to Shoemake. Shoemake pump fake. Almost stolen there by Varney. Shoemake drives inside. She's going to hand it right off. And makes the basket. It's now a 2-point ball game.
You know, Whitney Gardner coming to the table. Looks like she'll be re-entering soon.
Eckenrod kicks it inside. Wandell.
They're going to call that on Rye Whetstone. That will be her third foul. Again, as Gardner comes into the game, replacing for others.
They'll give it to Hicks. Hands it off to Varney, and Varney goes up with the shot. Good. So back to a 4-point lead for Maryville. We've got 4:28 remaining here in the third. And Bach with the basketball. Bach now over to Shoemake. Shoemake's going to drive. She's going to kick it to Whetstone. Whetstone blocked by Wandell, but she's going to be called for the foul.
We're going to call that on Wandell. That'll be her. That'll be her third foul as Hannah Jones enters the game for Maryville.
First free throw, no good for Whetstone. Second free throw, no good. And looks like the Hawks try to go get it, but they hit the ground, and it'll be a turnover.
And also looks like she took out half the bench as she went in.
Yeah, and slow to get up there is Katura Bill, and the 5'8" senior guard from Chattanooga, Tennessee, but she appears to be all right as they assist her up. She makes her way down the court. Libby Gardner with the ball. She'll hand off to Claire Varney. It's got two things I feel like need to happen if Maryville College is going to come away with a victory. Varney's going to have to continue to put up points, and Maryville's going to have to keep Huntingdon outside the lane. They're allowing the Hawks to get back inside, which is where they're really good, and Huntington's starting to make their way back in. And Jones trying to get some leverage, nothing there, so Gardner keeps the ball. She'll hand it off to Eckenrod. Eckenrod will drive. Eckenrod will go up with it. She'll get a foul called.
I'm going to call that on number 1. That's going to be on Wyatt Bach.
First free throw up and good for Eckenrod. Second
shot.
free throw, good as well. So Maryville with a 6-point lead now. 3:45 remaining here in the third. They're going to get it inside, and going up with the shot, and no good is Billen. Maryville comes away with it, and here comes Claire Varney.
Yeah, Hannah definitely made her adjust her shot a little bit.
We'll get it to Hicks inside. Hicks is going to have to give it right back, and she does. She gives it to Varney. Varney's going to drive. Kick. 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Shelby Hicks. Hicks to Gardner. Gardner to Varney. Varney going to drive. Take it. Up with the shot, and good.
And good. That's one of those right there. Shelby realized if she had turned around, there was nobody between her and the basket. She would have had an easy layup.
Another turnover for Huntingdon, and Claire Varney with the basketball.
Shelby Hicks called for a travel on there. It looked like she wanted to shoot and then changed her mind, but her feet were already moving when she did.
Basket good by Wyatt Bach, and now Maryville with the ball. This has been an intense battle throughout the day, Scott, between these two teams. Gardner turns. She's going to hand off to Eckenrod. Eckenrod's going to look. She's going to pass down low to Jones, and Jones losing the handle and tries to save it, instead turns the ball over. Bach's going to kick it over to Osteen. Osteen inside to Shanika Thomas. Shanika Thomas, no good. And it's going to be last tipped by Eckenrod, so it'll remain with the Hawks. Good effort. Eckenrod trying to save that, but just not enough there as it goes off her fingertips. Bach will inbounds. She'll get it to Crawford. Now over to Osteen. Osteen will give it to Bach. Bach looks to shoot, sees nothing, gives it back to Osteen. They'll continue to swing the basketball around. 10 on the shot clock. Inside to Thomas. Thomas turns, shoots, no good. Coming away with it is Hannah Jones. Jones gets it to Varney, and Varney pushes, gives it to Gardner. Gardner goes up with the shot, good.
And good, yes. Definitely something Maryville needed right there.
8-point lead for the Scots. Minute 35 remaining here in the third quarter. Bach with the ball, inside to Thomas. Thomas kicks it out. Shoemake, jumper. Good.
I wonder how long they were going to allow that Sydney Ison to stay underneath the basket like that. They were quick earlier in the first half, upon quick 3-second calls, but I think Ison had built a house and raised a family by the time the shot was made.
Substitutions coming into the game as Courtney Carruthers and Wandell enter. Hannah Jones and Libby Gardner will go to the bench. Varney to inbounds, and they'll get it into Carruthers. Carruthers going to drive. Goes up with the shot, and they are going to call a charge.
Offensive foul on Maryville number 2, Courtney Carruthers, her second.
Same thing you told me, it's 50-50, it's a hard call. But I haven't got either of the 50-50s.
Kick the ball around. Good defense by Eckenrod, getting a hand in there and knocking it out of bounds. And the Hawks will inbound from the side.
50-50, I gotta get one of them.
Shoemake with the ball. Bach trying to get open. They're going to get it to her, but good defense forces it right back out of her hands. Shoemake kicks it right back to Bach. Bach inside to Thomas. Thomas kicks, almost stolen, and Maryville does come away with it. Here comes Claire Varney. We've got 30 seconds on the clock here in the third as Carruthers with the ball. Carruthers is going to drive. Carruthers goes up, and she's going to get the foul call.
The foul is on
That's going to be on Sydney Ison.
her first.
That'll be her first foul.
Courtney Carruthers.
Good shot by Carruthers.
First free throw up and good.
And a second one drops.
Back to an 8-point lead. Shot clock off. 19 seconds remain here in the third. Shoemake has the ball at the top. Barney
right
comes away with the steal.
And they're going to get the foul. That'll be on Wyatt Bach. That'll be her second foul. With 2.3 seconds, Varney to the line. As John Ward used to say, tickles the twine.
Both free throws good for Varney. Got a 10-point lead.
Oh, nice block by Varney. Oh!
And a nice shot there by Eckenrod at the buzzer at half court. Unfortunately, let it go after the buzzer sounded. Would have been nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But better than that, they should have given it to her for hitting, taking it off the backboard, you know.
Well, Scott, your score at the end of three, Maryville 50, Huntington 40. And we've got a battle here, and it'll come down to this in just a few moments here on mcscots.com. It all comes down to this here in the fourth quarter. And the Hawks will start with the basketball. And they'll get it inside to Whetstone. Whetstone up with the shot. No good. Rebounded by Wandell. Varney's going to kick it to Carruthers. Carruthers up with the shot and foul.
They're going to get number one on that. That is going to be Wyatt Bach. She now has 3 fouls for the game.
Makes the second of 2 free throws, so 51-40, Maryville leads. Crawford with the ball. She'll get it over to Bach at the 3-point corner. Back to Crawford up top. She'll move it now to Shoemake. Shoemake 3 ball. No good. Rebounded by Carruthers, and she'll get it over to Varney. Eckenrod thinks about a 3. Sides against it. She'll move the ball around. Ball in the hands of Livy Gardner. Gardner's going to drive. She's going to give it to Wandell. Now kicks out to Varney. Varney 3 ball. No good. Rebound by Shanika Thomas, and Thomas will hand the ball off.
Just walk. We're going to call number 2 Carruthers on that foul.
Checking in for Huntingdon, a 5'4" junior from
That Carruthers had good hands on that, trapped the ball up against her body, took a couple of steps, but the referees, I believe, the one that caught it was Shields, so I don't know that he actually saw that.
Shanika Thomas up with the shot and good. Nice job by Thomas getting up and around the hands of Wandell to make that shot.
Yeah, good move, good shot by Thomas right there. Again, a really good ball player.
Yeah, very talented, averaging around 14 points a game. It's a 9-point lead for Maryville. 8:20 remains. They'll get it to Wandell. Wandell looks to kick it to Varney. She does. A good cut by Varney there. Varney unable to connect, but will get the foul call.
That'll be India Lawrence's 4th foul of the game.
Shoemake gets it across half court quickly. She gives it to Lawrence. Lawrence underneath the goal. Hands it to Thomas. Kicks it out. Good defense by Maryville, able to recover there. And Garner coming away with it. Garner gives it to Varney. Varney gives it to Carruthers on the outside, 10 on the shot clock. Carruthers is going to drive. Carruthers goes up with the shot. She's going to get a foul call.
Hey, that's going to be on Huntington's number 25, Cassidy Crawford. That will be her 4th foul as well. As India Lawrence exits the game, Bach returning.
Get it inbounds to Shelby Hicks. Hicks gets to Wandell. Wandell backing down the defender. Kicks it out to Hicks. Hicks gets it up top to Gardner. Gardner's going to drive. Goes to hand off to Wandell and knocking it out of bounds. That time with Shoemake. Good defense. Varney to inbounds, and there's going to be 4 seconds on the shot clock. Gardner up with the shot, gets the foul call.
Hey, they're going to call that on Huntington's number 23, Alina Shoemake. That will be her 1st foul, 4th on the team. Maryville should be shooting bonuses soon.
First free throw up and good. No good on the second free throw. And Huntingdon coming away with the rebound. Shoemake goes to drive, loses the handle. Varney comes away with the steal. Varney kicks it ahead to Gardner. Gardner, layup, good.
That's right, good job. It's also back in the game, Shelby Hicks. She came back in during the free throws. And Abby Joseph by the table getting ready to come back in.
Kick it outside.
Good
Courtney Carruthers with the steal. Layup, good.
Good job.
We've got a timeout on the court, Scott. Let's take one with them. And this is a great job by Maryville with a 15-point lead with 6:43 remaining in the 4th. back to the action as Shanika Thomas has it down low. Shanika Thomas almost loses the handle, and a good battle between her and Abby Joseph forced the jump ball.
Yeah, jump ball right there. The possession goes to Maryville. Good play by Joseph.
Nothing. Hey, we're dribbled.
Courtney Carruthers at the three-point line. She's going to try to get around Bach, go up with a shot, and she will, and she'll make the basket.
Courtney Carruthers for 2.
And now ball in the hands of Shoemake. She'll get it over to Whetstone. Whetstone now to Crawford. Crawford gets it inside to Shoemake. Shoemake, pump fake, layup, good. Abby Joseph to inbound for Maryville, and she gets it to Claire Varney. We've got 5:50 remaining in this game, and the Scots are up by 15. Libby Gardner over in the corner to Carruthers. Getting the play call from Coach Trevelyan, and Carruthers is going to take it and drive. She's going to kick it out to Hicks. Hicks to Varney. Varney to Gardner. Quick defense, and they'll get it back to Varney, who will shoot the three. No good, and Joseph coming away with the rebound, but it looks like they're going to say a push-off from Joseph, and the ball's going to go to Huntington.
Good thing with that, Maryville got a lot of time off the clock right there.
Watch the block, Abby.
Go cross court to Bach. Bach will drive, kick. She'll throw it right back to Shoemake on the corner. Shoemake spins, goes up. Scott, that looked like a great block by Joseph. We had all ball. Probably should have been a walk, but instead they're going to call a foul.
Yeah, she was on her third step when the contact was made. But good job by Joseph down in her hand. Her hand looked there. Yep.
So Shoemake at the line. First free throw, no good for Alina Shoemake, the 5'5" freshman guard from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Second free throw is good. And Shelby Hicks to inbound. She'll get it to Libby Gardner. Varney crosses over to Gardner. Maryville has an opportunity to take a lot of time off the clock here or make a basket. Unable to do so there. Varney real close there, just rimmed out. And Huntingdon coming away with it. Shoemake goes up with the shot. No good, draws the foul.
Where's the foul at? Must have had Carruthers come up behind her because definitely didn't see it with Libby.
At the line for Huntingdon, Alina Shoemake.
I didn't see Carruthers on there. All I saw was Libby. And Libby's backing up, running away from him. I'm trying to figure out where the call was.
No good on the free throw, and Maryville with the ball. Minding his team to slow things down here as Varney does. She'll get it over to Hicks. Hicks will move it back up top to Varney, now over to Gardner. Now to Varney. Varney inside to Wandell. Wandell kicks it right back to Gardner. Gardner for three. No good. Rebounded by Wandell.
Wandell. Coach Trevelyan telling him bring the ball back a little bit, new clock, use the time off of it.
Wandell, jumper, good.
Nice.
Shoemake kicks it to Bach. Bach, three ball. No good. Rebounded by Varney. Eckenrod for three. Good.
That definitely helps if you're not going to use clock. Take the three.
Shoemake with the ball up top. Shoemake gets it over to Crawford. Crawford now to Thomas. Shanika Thomas drives. Hands off to Whetstone. Whetstone up. No good, and a foul call. Second free throw good as well. Eckenrod inbound. 64-47. Now Scott's lead. Up by 17. Carruthers will get it over to Varney. Varney inside to Wandell. Wandell kicks to Gardner.
Get fouled on the hand there.
Gardner's going to hand it over to Varney, and coming in to try to take it away is Huntington, and they do. Crawford able, with shoemates, come away with the steal, and she goes up with the shot, no good. And coming away with the rebound is Whetstone.
They call that foul on Libby. That's her first foul. Underneath a second ago, Thomas just totally hacked Shelby underneath. Didn't see a call on that one, but
first free throw up and good for Whetstone.
They're still with a good lead right now, but you don't want to give away free points.
Continue to run clock and close this game out here if you're Maryville. Second free throw, no good, and rebounded by Eckenrod, who quickly gets it to Gardner. Gardner to Eckenrod. Eckenrod will get it to Wandell. Shot, good.
Shot by Wandell. They're calling a foul on Thomas and on Gardner. Or not Gardner, but Varney, double foul, both of them. Little struggles coming down the court with her hands and arms. So.
Shoemake will give it over to Whetstone. Whetstone now to Crawford. We'll get it back to Shoemake. Shoemake's going to kick it to Bach. Bach's going to think about a three. Nothing doing. Good defense from the Scots as Courtney Carruthers comes away with it. She'll give it to Gardner.
Good job.
Gardner up with the shot. Good.
Nice. That's what we needed. 2:31 left. Maryville up by 20.
The foul is on Huntingdon, number 1, Wyatt Bach, her fourth.
And then they're going to call a foul on Wyatt Bach afterwards. Or actually, they're going to call it as Libby was going at. So they're going to give Libby one more shot.
Free throw good. 69-48. Maryville leads.
And that was Bach's fourth foul.
Crawford with the ball. She'll kick it to Bach. Bach to Shoemake. Right back to Crawford. Now to Bach. 3 ball.
Then she walked. Bach definitely a dangerous shooter from the 3, but trying to get set, moved her feet a little bit extra than she needed to.
Maryville inbounds the ball, and Varney has it. Got 2:15 remaining here in the ball game. Gardner with the ball, kicks it to Carruthers. Carruthers has it now up top. She'll swing it to Wandell. Wandell will drive. Kick it right back out. And coming away with the steal is Shoemake. Shoemake kicks it to Bach. Bach now to Thomas. Thomas up with the shot. No good.
We're going to call that one on Shelby Hicks.
Number 45, Shelby Hicks, her third. At the line for Huntingdon, Rye Whetstone.
Hey, next time, Trapo.
Entering the game for Huntington is Whetstone. She is replacing Bach.
Box right here, box.
Second free throw good.
Trapo.
Gardner with the ball. Get it to Carruthers. Carruthers over to Hicks. Back to Carruthers. Now they'll give it to Gardner. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll give it to the hands of Varney. Minute 20 remaining in this ball game. Varney will drive. Good.
And I believe
The foul is on
they're going to call that on
33,
number
Sydney
33,
Gonzalez, her fourth.
Thomas. That'll be her 4th foul.
Free throw is good.
Free throw line, Claire Barney.
Whetstone down low, kicks it outside, 3 ball. No good for Crawford. We rebounded by Varney, and Varney's fouled.
That'll be on number 10. That is Katura
The
Billing.
foul is on Huntingdon, number 10, Katura Billing. Her first.
Back in the game for the Hawks is Sydney Isom. She is replacing Thomas.
For Huntingdon, a 5'8" senior from Huntsville, Alabama, number 4, Sydney Isom.
First free throw, no good for Varney.
We're two.
Second free throw, good.
1 minute left.
1 minute to play.
Whetstone drives, kicks, shot up and blocked, and Maryville coming away with it as Shelby Hicks has the basketball. She'll give it to Varney. Need to run the clock down here as we've got 10 seconds on the shot clock, and Varney has the basketball. Varney's going to drive. Throw up the shot and good and get the foul. What a night for Claire Varney. That'll take her to 21 points. Her and Courtney Carruthers both got 21 points tonight.
And Heath, that foul was on Whetstone. That is her 4th foul. Yeah, definitely a good night by both players. Or afternoon, should I say.
3 ball. Good by number 10, Katura Billen.
Katura Billing.
And that'll do it, Scott. Your ball game as Maryville comes away with a 75-53 victory. A nice win for Maryville, and that will certainly help in the standings as that gives Huntingdon their 3rd loss and Maryville their 7th win of the conference.
Yeah, a really good game. Definitely better than what ended up yesterday for Maryville. Unfortunately, tough game to lose for Maryville yesterday, but came back out, bounced back really well, did a great job, and able to come away with the victory today on a really good Huntingdon team.
Yeah, fantastic ball game, and a game that we knew was going to be tough coming into it, and talent of the Hawks, and defeating Maryville earlier this season, 77-61. So beating Maryville, and Maryville probably coming into this wanting a little bit of revenge. One thing that was certainly in Maryville's favor is Huntingdon coming into this ball game, Scott, was 3-6 on the road. So doing well at home, not doing well outside of that, and that shows as Maryville able to keep the momentum going and finish, and that was something you and I talked about earlier that Maryville needed to do, and a difference between their last few games is they needed to be able to close out a ball game. They did that tonight.
Oh, definitely a great job by Maryville to be able to show, and again, going back to last night's or yesterday's game, to show that yesterday should not have happened. It was just one of those games where we just couldn't get anything to fall. The other team got hot in the 4th quarter, came back. Maryville able to make sure that didn't happen tonight. Kept the pressure on, kept using the clock as we talked about, hitting the shots when they needed to, and being able to pull away in this game.
Yeah, Maryville shooting 46% from the field, Huntingdon at 30. Maryville 18% from the three-point line, Huntingdon at 12. Maryville 61% from the free throw line, and Huntingdon at 56. Continuing an area of opportunity for Maryville at the free throw line, and certainly something they need to continue to work on, and I'm sure they will. We talked about bench points early in the game. That has really stood out. Maryville 29 bench points, Huntingdon 8. Also points in the paint. That was a big difference at the half. That continued to be a difference in the second half. Scott has Maryville 44 points in the paint, Huntingdon with only 20.
Wow, definitely very impressive.
And some key individual statistics, as we talked about, for Maryville, Courtney Carruthers and Claire Varney both with 21 points apiece in this ball game. Eckenrod contributed with 10, Libby Gardner with 9, Holland Geralds with 8, Kelly Wandell with 6. Wandell also big on the glass with 10 rebounds. Looking at Huntington's individual statistics, Rye Whetstone led the way with 20, kept Shanika Thomas in check with only 10 points. Wyatt Bach with 9, Alina Shoemake with 6, Katura Billen with 4, India Lawrence with 4 as well. So good ball game for Maryville and really stuck to the game plan, I feel like, Scott, and keeping Thomas in check, who put 23 points on him the last time they played, and did well keeping this team for the most part out of the paint. There was a couple times where they started to kind of open that lane up again, and Huntingdon took advantage of it, but when they closed the gap, forced them to shoot outside again, that really fed into the game plan and allowed Maryville to come away with a big victory and extend their lead throughout the game.
Oh, definitely, Heath. And, you know, again, hats off to Carruthers and Varney both. But again, I'm going to give my hat off to Holland Gerald's best game that we've seen her play all year.
Yeah, done really well. A lot of big contributors in this ball game, and Gerald's only continues to get better. Carruthers, a solid playmaker, and again, only a freshman, so that's something else to be excited about. A lot of talent on this team, and they've been improving throughout the year, and certainly needed a win like this today, and they got it. So congratulations to them. But thanks so much for tuning in to MCScots.com's broadcast of the game. For Scott Dunkel alongside Heath Dunkel, your final score, Maryville 75, Huntingdon 53. And until next time, so long, good night, and yes, that just happened.